Sleepless Beats.
Geopolitically, we in a field that's for Israel. Wonder, is it real? Rappers acting say they high, say they sipping pills. Glorify suicide so they get the deals. Big pharma set it up, had to flip the pills. Control the music industry until the scripts get filled. Geopolitically, yeah, we in a field that's for Israel. Wonder, is it real? Took the way you saw the world, then distorted it. Now you think you wanna rock that twirl somewhere orbiting. Theories disproportionate, the truth distorted quick with a forceful grip. They force them as simple that we absorbing quick. Took the people's signature that mean extorted it. They forging it if news anchors informants who informing them. There's a surplus, but they tell us there are shortages. Credit economy mortgages, dollar that's supported with empty fortresses. But what's important is this: we courting ships, important gifts. Of course it is, what extortion is in accordance with an assortment list of foreign tricks we ignoring, which informing this, informing this. It looked like we were snoring tricked. Pedophilia and the government endorsing it. Yeah, eugenics is exactly what abortion is. You just vilify those insubordinate. Way to matrix engineer, that's unfortunate. Geopolitically, we in a field that's for Israel. Wonder, is it real? Rappers actors say they high, say they sipping pills. Glorify suicide so they get the deals. Big pharma set it up just to flip the pills. Control the music industry until the scripts get filled. Geopolitically, yeah, we in a field that's for Israel. Wonder, is it real?
In the world, though. Cheer. All right, gonna be a short stream. A lot going on. Flight manana. Flight to North Carolina, manana. Yeah. How's it going? I don't know if you guys heard, man. There's gonna be some aliens coming here. And I figure we'd chop it up, talk about the aliens coming. I can't wait. I've been waiting for aliens since I was like 13, man. been ahead of the curve. You don't know about the aliens? You remember when it was the it was like the conspiracy theorist thing to do to know about aliens, UFOs, you know? You were crazy for believing in UFOs, and that was like the truther kind of big reveal. And now if you're actually a truth, you're like, that's all fake and gay. It's all fake and gay. If you want to support the stream, links in the description. Yeah, so obviously we're getting amped up for some aliens. We're getting conditioned for some aliens to come. You guys give me feedback on the sound. So I think this is hilarious and awesome. I mean, it might not be that awesome, right? Like, it depends on how hard they go with it and how gullible people are, which is very gullible. So it could be lame, but still, in a way, this is kind of the thing about being a truther. Eventually, you just kind of get desensitized. And so, like, the stuff that used to really captivate, and take over news stories, it's like, yeah, of course, what's up? It's like a story that would be the talk for a year is like a day. It's like major decade-long event every week, you know? So you're just kind of like, that meme where the guy's got the stick and he's like he's poking the New World Order. He's like, do the alien invasion. That's how I feel. So I'm like, dude, don't talk about it, be about it. Do it. So that's where I'm at. We'll see. We'll see. But I do think we should talk about it. I think Revelation 9 will be the alien invasion. Thoughts? Interesting. I don't know. I'll check it out. If you're moving to North Carolina, I'll come visit you sometimes not far away. Nice. What's up, Adam? My boy. Yeah. All right. All right, we're gonna play this little video so we can get hyped about the aliens. Now it says 2027 in the title and the thumbnail, but they're actually amping it up, saying that there's some type of mothership coming towards Earth, and they thought it was gonna come and be here in a few months, but now suddenly new prediction says it might be here as soon as a couple weeks. So that's actually the reason for the stream right now. 2027 is like this real conditioned thing, but they have this like these CIA heads coming out saying 2027, right? Like, what is obviously the CIA? And they're like, the lie they're gonna tell you is that there's a mothership coming towards the Earth in 2027. And I'm like, what that makes me think is it'll come sooner. The Messiah will come sooner. That's exactly what the CIA would do, is have fake whistleblowers tell you that the alien story that's coming in 2027 will be fake, and then we just get hit with it sooner. So that's why I'm like, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. All right. I'll play this video for you so you get an idea what I'm talking about.
Definitely. It better happen before that. I don't think we're going to be in any shape in a decade to be doing very much of anything. So I'm not hopeful for the future direction that we're moving in it.
And the future direction, climate-wise, AI-wise?
Climate-wise and geopolitical-wise. That's the thing I think is going to kind of come. I think things are going to be pretty difficult starting in a few years. And from what I've been told by sources,
you hear of something big coming down the pike. Have you heard of these claims? And if so, do you have any idea what it may be?
Yes, I've heard of them. Yes, I'm aware of them, and I'm not able to have that conversation.
Got it.
It's not my conversation to have, but I am aware of it.
Yeah, dude, you're so
2027 was mentioned at one time. I've heard other dates in the 30s. I don't know. I've got no idea. I have no leads that make me feel strongly that this is true. I think it's speculative.
Reading a lot of stuff that says, full contact in 2027. And there's all these people that used to work for NASA or all these other organizations out there talking about how our history as a species is really simply a...
Some may feel in the government the mere fact of acknowledging this, if there is some sort of malintent, may push up artificially a clock that exists somewhere for these things.
Does dude look like he's on crack, but he's fat at the same time? Is dude giving you a crack vibe? Artificially. Bro, chill out, bro. What is wrong with this guy? I don't know why I don't like this guy so much. But
that if there is some sort of malintent,
he's like this. He's like Alex Jones, dude, on crack.
Push up artificially a clock that exists somewhere,
and nobody loves him. Like nobody told him like that's not the move with the facial hair.
For these things to say, okay, the foolish humans are now the cat's out of the bag. They know where.
Oh, these foolish humans. Like I'm not gonna lie. Now that I'm so far past the whole like alien nonsense, it's so annoying watching people pretend they're really smart to talk about other species and aliens. It's like, bro, shut up. Okay. What there are humans and there are interdimensional entities and disembodied spirits that mess with people and they get in their mind and they tell them to do stupid stuff and they push temptations and they use vessels to destroy people's lives and to be reckless. That's what happens. Interdimensional entities, disembodied spirits, billions of years, millions and billions of years and evolution. And there are these super evolved aliens that had billions and billions of years. Shut up.
We're here. We need to go in now.
And so at a certain point, where do they have to do something to protect other places? Because there's a universal principle of self-defense. So far,
y'all believe in space. I misbelieve in aliens. Like I low-key misbelieving in aliens too, in a way. But it's kind of like I miss eating fast food. It's like, but do you? I mean, I get it. Like ignorance is bliss or whatever. What's the most perplexing though? Someone getting to these higher level truths and then defaulting back to just like low vibration, stupid propaganda, don't care. That's the weird stuff, right? Like if you look back and you're like, dang, in a way, I kind of miss being like, ignorant, because it was just like less heavy. It was blissful, whatever. A lot of truthers go the wrong route and they're all just like, like drowning in fear porn. But what I don't get is how you can be equipped with these big truths and then just like live in a way that's not in accordance with them in any way. It's like, okay, you're weird. All right, let's get back to the super profound aliens. Super profound. This guy let us know that the government took Tesla's work. So he's a genius.
Just been cruising along, getting away with this foolish and childish behavior. But I can't give you a timeline on that. But I think that, I honestly, from what I've heard, from very senior intelligence sources inside the so-called illegal operations, is that it's thought that it would not be able to go on beyond 2026.
Story that set the whole UAP community on fire about this disclosure that I think Jeremy Corbell was coming out and whistleblowing on, if I remember correctly, that they were saying that they're gonna blue beam, they're gonna trick us by saying that there's a mothership arriving, and
that lie is going to be,
this guy's 100% intel,
that there is a craft slowly making its way to us here on Earth. And that is the lie they're going to want you to believe. That is the lie you will be told. You're going to be told that there is a craft on its way to Earth. That's the lie.
Where it's like, how do you know? He's saying...
I mean, he doesn't say a date there. Interestingly enough, we are kind of being told that lie. Now, what I can expect, we'll get into it in a second. We'll cover, but it's like, this is kind of a bluff so that then when they start to say it again, and people will be like, stupid. I don't know.
That he's exposing it. But how do you know if he's exposed? It's just like...
Yes, there was an official effort by some people in the government to actually look at this data, and there were some products produced. That's a fact. I won't go into more detail than that. But it wasn't 2027.
Okay.
And
no, tell them what Bluebeam is.
The allegation was that there is an alien mothership that is about 2 years away from Earth, and it's going to make landfall on Earth in 2027. And that is the government's PSYOP plan.
I'm just concerned. That's all.
Yeah.
So I don't think 10 years in the future. I only think 3 or 4 years into the future.
Mm-hmm. It's too uncertain past that point.
I would say so.
On mission, I know that it.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't muted. You guys are just hearing me. My bad.
Holloman. They mentioned an agreement of some kind, and that there is a 50 to 70 year periodicity when that sort of a meeting takes place again. So we're in that time zone right now.
All right, I will address this, although typically I don't give stuff like this attention. All right, bro. All right, let me read this comment here. All right, then, F this. Witsit, homie, I'm pulling now. I love you, but man, I'm out. Getting on Kofi, withdrawing my financial support. Fix your moderation. Buddy. I have no idea what you're talking about. Just like imagine me reading that and somehow knowing what you're talking about, bro. Okay? I don't know what you're talking about. No way, but Yahweh, thanks for the $5. I will say, man, it's pretty lame, though, for you to approach your discontent in such a feminine manner. Maybe don't try to vaguely threaten and coerce me with Kofi. I have a hunch you may need to have been moderated with that attitude, buddy. I don't know if some of the mods can help figure out what's going on with that. I don't know what's going on. We like to keep it pretty cool. You're pretty much allowed to say anything you want to. I don't even care what they say. There's probably a couple things off limits. And then the Rumble, Telegrams, those are all just free reign.
And is this the alleged countdown clock that we've been hearing about?
Yes, that's the one Ramirez and I and everybody else has talked about. We still don't know who originated it. But yeah, we all kind of tend to have fallen onto that time frame.
A lot of what we take for granted now in life, I don't think it's going to be, we're not going to have it. A lot of things we have now that makes our lives as wonderful as they are.
Like electricity?
I don't know. Just the access to all the things we have access to now that are dependent on the globalization, basically.
Let's grab a mic. Depending upon what, bruh? Say something.
Which just aren't sustainable.
This is from King Milkfart, and they say, how do you feel about a supposed...
I mean, am I the only one that could never trust this guy right here? Look at this guy. What?
impending event that is coming? Do you feel anxious, happy, excited? How do you feel?
Well, first of all, great question. Almost a trick question. Very, very clever. Very, very well worded. There's been a lot of talk about something.
I don't like this guy at all, bro.
Happening. I am aware through certain channels of that same discussion. It may not necessarily be the exact dates that people are thinking right now. And quite frankly, we're not really quite sure what to think of it. Right now, there's a lot of innuendos and rumors going around. There is some discussion behind closed doors about maybe something occurring.
Exact alignment will happen in 2026 at Easter.
What will happen?
The star will, the alignment she told me about, that the star of Regulus would be on the horizon in front of the Sphinx. At that moment, there'd be a new knowledge. Well, I had no idea if this was even possible, you know. But these astronomers run it through the machines, and it comes out that that star is going to come up on the horizon in Easter of 2026. And from that point forward, they started remote viewing.
And I would say I've heard 2027 in a kind of an official capacity I can't reveal. So I think I would say that
oh, well, that's convenient.
People in the government are aware of something happening, and that
like, do I have to be the one to say this? Hey, man. Hey, bro. Hey, bro. And not all the people that come out here and they say stuff like that, like they're not necessarily intel agents, right? But it's like, I got sources in the intel agencies higher up. I can't really reveal, but they tell me this, 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 and this. Well, that's what the CIA wants you to know. That's what they use you like little puppets to come tell stuff to the public and drip things out there. If the CIA wants you to know it, then it's a lie. Okay. It's one of two things. It's just a lie. It's propaganda to totally mislead you. Or two, it's a limited hangout, right? Which is when the information is inevitably going to come out, some kind of truth is going to come out. Then what they do is they create a limited hangout where they get out ahead of it and they reveal the certain pieces of evidence that they want you to know. And then the public is so enamored by the newly revealed information that they don't really continue to look, and they're able to sufficiently hide the bigger parts of the story that they don't want coming out. A limited hangout to put people in place to reveal these truths and be very specific truths that they get out ahead of when it's unavoidable that the evidence was going to come out, the information was going to come out. And there's just dropping little seeds to the public to mislead them for different, psychological operations. Actually, that's an older term. There's like a new term. I forgot what it is. It's actually very interesting. The new term is way deeper, and it's like conditioning your feelings and then that relationship with your psychological interpretation, right? So the way that they've upped kind of what we call psyops are like next level. We should maybe do a stream on that. This chick on X was breaking it down, and I was like, whoa, dude, that's crazy. The newer documents don't actually use psyop. It's an old term. Anyway, you guys get the gist here, right? And then when all these people were like, I can't fully reveal my source or what they said, but I got some people higher up and they told me this. Yeah, that's on purpose. And something else that intel agencies do is like with Bob Lazar is a good example I always use, is they tell a bunch of the people within the intel agencies fake information, right? It's all compartmentalized, and then it's a bunch of fake information. It's like, if I want you to reverse engineer this piece of evidence or this piece of technology, all I need you to do, bro, is do that. Okay, so I'm going to tell you some fake story about whatever. This came from the star cluster that's 17 billion light years away or whatever it is. And we tell all the people different stories, different details. So if the information ever gets out from a whistleblower anonymously, we'll know who it is because we gave each person individual information. We're able to track back the whistleblower. It's pretty interesting, pretty smart, right? But every time I hear these people talk about, oh, this person told me, my source told me, it's like you're just doing their bidding, and then half the time these people are agents, and and that's in the form of podcast streams, etc. That's the future. That's obviously people on the news work for the CIA. Obviously, it's like a big story now that Tucker Carlson's CIA apparently.
There's limited time, a few more years to prepare the people, and that's what's ramping up this acceleration from the previous 7 decades of not even acknowledging it to now we are acknowledging it at a faster and faster pace.
The biggest takeaway for folks to understand is that things are happening on it's not a disclosure, it's a scheduled dissemination. And so certain things have to be set up before other things can be revealed.
Can you elaborate on the 2027 date and just let people know what you were told about that, or what's upcoming here for people?
2026 date. It's amazing to see everybody just claiming this every day now. 2026, 2027, that year. Something's going to happen. Well, let me tell you, in 2013, I was given that date by the lady about a future time that a new knowledge would come and the world would shift into a time of peace afterward, but not without trouble. And that's what she told me, and along with a lot more. But I put it all in writing to a couple of generals at the Pentagon.
Anyways, I think the word got out within the government that they're showing up in 2027, and we better be prepared. And if not, there's going to be a lot of explaining to do.
That the year 2027 has emerged in various social media venues. I was asked about my knowledge of that year. I, John Ramirez, acknowledged that 2027 seemed to loom large within the channeler and spiritual consciousness communities. I suggested that they research what Anjali and Chris Bledsoe have stated.
And Chris was telling me about the apocalyptic visions that he was having. And I already knew by that time that this was something that absolutely happened to people who were experiencers. But I also told him this. I said, Chris, people have been having these apocalyptic visions for over 2,000 years. And
okay, you guys get it? So a bunch of conditioning for that year here. Now, here's the interesting part of the story now.
The alien mothership was supposed to arrive in November, but new data reveals it's closing in faster than we thought, just 2 weeks away. And if it really is a mothership, we have to ask, what or who is aboard?
Notice that that's a cartoon there.
And why are they coming now?
Profound questions. Profound questions. Yeah, you got my bookmarks are based.
A hostile spaceship could. All right, folks. It looks like they're playing the alien card right now. Harvard scientists agree that a hostile spaceship, could enter Earth's orbit or arrive at Earth November 21st to December 5th, and in that time frame, which would line up with the arrests. So they are playing.
Oh my gosh, this guy just make a QAnon reference. I thought the arrests were supposed to happen the first term. The rest have been supposedly coming for like 6 years now, 7 years. The arrests are coming in December, guys.
A desperate card right now. It is the.
And by the way, I'm just giving my official position on that. I still have always said it is a possibility they roll out some fake, actualization of QAnon to fully deceive everyone into trusting the government. And that is what the Trump psyop is, because they either want us to go to war, they want people to enlist, they want us to just believe the government, trust the government. So they had to bring in this rebellion. And of course, we've seen it is the opposite of that. It's actually worse than establishments that people are not as trusting of.
Alien card. Remember, Hillary said in 2016 when she lost to Trump, are we going to play the alien card? Are we ready to play the alien card? It's coming, and you're starting to see a lot of videos seep out right now where people are talking about how aliens exist, and they're showing photos of aliens. I even posted one myself of a man talking about the different species and showing photos of them. All of this is coming to prime you up for what the big card they're going to play is, which is a mothership, an alien mothership. Are you kidding me? Get ready, folks. Buckle up.
So that is pretty crazy. They are saying that Harvard scientists say that there is a mothership coming.
Our investigations and stuff that.
And, obviously, let's just call it like it is here. All of these like supposed distances and orbits and all, it's all fake news. It's all fake and gay. Fake and gay. What's so funny is it's like all in the mainstream. And they're like, oh, this is something that doesn't seem to be natural because its trajectory is so precisely headed towards the Earth, and the Earth, the plane of the solar system. And, statistically makes no sense for it to do that. And really seemingly only would make sense if it was sent there on purpose, leading people to believe that this is some type of artificial body that's headed towards the Earth, and that it appears to be roughly 7 miles wide. Okay. Hilariously enough, though, if they're now coming out and saying it was expected in November to December, and now all of a sudden some people are saying, oh, maybe it'll be in August, then you guys have no idea what you're doing at all in your own paradigm, admittedly. If you know it's supposedly a certain size, it's headed a certain trajectory, how are you getting the timing off so drastically? And how is it just a few days before? And then you're like, oh, man, it's going to happen in a week or two. Like, this is so stupid. But all of that is fake and stupid. All of that is fake and stupid. But, guys, there is a huge expanse above us. Lots and lots and lots of stars. Lots of what we would call like UFOs, like that look like stars that move around. I've seen them myself, right? There are objects that move around in the sky very, very quickly that kind of look like stars. I've seen them myself many times. I've seen like 7 or 8 of them in one night. And on that same night, I saw close to 20 shooting stars, something crazy. And I saw these, it's like those are reverse, or it's that way. I don't remember. I just remember seeing a lot of both. And when I saw them, all these things were heading like north, and people were like, oh, is that Starlink? It's like, what? No. They're just like, look like stars, and they move through the sky pretty quickly, right? On their own. And my point is, like, there's all kinds of stuff up there. And the fact that all of the stuff they say about space is fake and gay does not mean that the area itself is all fake. You know, that's ridiculous. So obviously there can be a huge expanse above us and there can be things flying within it. You know, I'm just saying, if they really say, imagine that, dude, imagine that. Imagine like, oh, mothership coming, and they start pumping that out. Oh, there's a ship coming, there's an object coming, and they start really pushing that narrative. How crazy would that be? People would go crazy, they freak out. And they give you like barely any heads up. Everyone would just turn to the TV or to social media to tell them what to think and believe and how to act, how to react. And it would be captivating. And there's something up in the sky. They're gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, this is it." And even though all these people know it's gonna be fake or should be fake, they're still gonna see what they see, whatever it is, and whatever they see on the news, and it's gonna be captivating, right? And at that point, they're able to tell you almost anything. And all we make jokes about it. We're desensitized to it. We talked about the fake alien invasion for years. It's like there's tons of movies that have conditioned us about it. It would still work. It would work. It would definitely get everybody to, like, tell us what to do. "Oh my gosh, we're freaking out." And if they come trying to deliver a message, people are gonna know what it is. And this is probably the craziest time certainly that we know of, like, in terms of acceptability, right? Where or s acceptability, susceptibility, in terms of, like, the masses just all kind of universally accepting UFOs, which would have been considered crazy 10 years ago, 15 years ago. So they have clearly laid out a bit of a timeline for, the Overton window to shift more and more. All right, let's check this out.
I can also tell you, and this might sound crazy, but based on our investigations and stuff that we've seen, okay, there is definitely something that I think would rival what we know currently with physics, and a tech that potentially is out there that we don't have the ability to reproduce, because it would basically be like dropping a cell phone right off back during the time of maybe caveman. So like we just don't have the tech to develop it yet. What I can also tell you is, based on our interviews, and this has been something that you can go back and watch with the congressional hearings, but I was actually able to ask some of the witnesses, what are these things? And they keep saying interdimensional. And then when you talk about the interdimensional aspect of, are these things pre-existing, maybe outside of what we currently know as our own dimension? That stuff can kind of all sound crazy, but at the end of the day, my job as an investigator is to receive all the information, decipher it, and then ultimately, from a congressional aspect, if you do have contractors that are withholding information or operating outside of the purview of the federal government, I mean, there's budgetary issues, but there's definitely something that I can tell you with confidence that exists that we don't know how to explain currently.
So when you say that it operates outside our understanding of physics, what specifically are you saying? Like what happened?
To I guess break it down in simple terms is that I think that some of the tech that exists, that whatever these things have, these energy things have,
energy things? What do you mean?
Well, they call them interdimensional beings. I think that they can actually operate through the time spaces that we currently have, and that's not something that I came up with on my own. That's based on stuff that we've seen. That's based on information that we've been told.
Lady,
and
have you
also,
ever
too,
come up
I
with
think that
anything
there's
on
this
your own?
historical aspect of.
Do ladies come up with stuff on their own? That's a joke. Of course they do. They come up with all kinds of delusionally fabricated things. Oh my gosh, you're such a misogynist. What? No, 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 bro. Let me go over here. All right. I don't have a disdain or hatred for women. Just their actions. I'm hilarious. All right. So I can't listen to this lady. I gave it a solid minute there. We'll just play none other than Joe Rogan, because that is the most reliable source of information on the internet.
About that fucking object that's hurtling towards Earth.
language.
Earth at like 130,000 miles an hour.
No, that might solve all our problems.
Some intergalactic object that's heard. There's this guy, Avi Loeb. He's a professor at Harvard that believes it might be an alien probe.
Wow.
And he was talking about the odds of this thing being in the trajectory that it is, entering into our solar system in a direct path with Earth. The odds are extremely low. And at the place where it's doing it, it's when the Earth is the opposite side of the sun, so it's coming from behind the sun. And it's so it makes it difficult to detect. And that this object is in a direct line to come to Earth in 2027.
Do they have a trajectory of where it's going to land?
I don't think they totally know that yet. I think they're trying to calculate whether or not it's actually going to hit Earth or come near Earth or pass by Earth or what it, what it is. Like
why do they think it's an alien?
Why does he always talk about this like it's so real? I gotta say, decent argument this guy's CIA. Decent argument that he's CIA. Or at the least he's getting talking points from the CIA, or he's being told what he can and cannot say by the CIA. Because he just swoops right in on every space propaganda story and talks about it like it's real. Have you heard this guy talk about the sun compared to other stars, which are just other suns, according to the nonsense story that we're told? It is so stupid. This is the problem with the space porn and the alien stuff. It's like stupid people think it makes them smart to regurgitate that the sun is actually a really small star or something from, a reference frame. It's just so annoying. But guys, they're claiming that Harvard astronomers and quote unquote scientists and professors are looking at this object, quote unquote, that's supposedly coming to the Earth. It doesn't make sense. It shouldn't be coming this way. And that is a very interesting narrative that would seem insane 10 years ago. If I had told you that some people from Harvard are giving an official prediction that there may be a mothership coming to the Earth, you would have been like, that's ridiculous. No way that anyone said that. It's just a thing now. It's a thing. And everyone's thoroughly lulled to sleep and doesn't care because this has just been, we've been waiting for so long. We're like, just shut up and do it or don't do it. And that is exactly where they would want you to be, right? Like they'd want you to just be like, we get it. Cool, man. Do it. So I don't know. I don't know what you guys think. This could just be a nothing burger. But it is worthy of spreading the word that they are conditioning us and they are saying it's going to get here sooner. And then they're conditioning us with 2027, which make a complete curveball to make you think it's going to be later than it is. So you're not ready for it. I mean, it's just interesting to me because when they do that, it's going to be a pretty major deal. All right.
Satellite or whatever.
Well, there's this guy, Avi Loeb, this professor that I'm discussing. He also had an analysis of another object that passed by Earth a few years back that they named. And they said that this thing had a very bizarre metallic sort of a look to it that he did not think based on the shape of it.
How'd you not learn your lesson then, my guy? Oh, there's an object passing by Earth and it's like metallic in a weird shape. Nothing happened. That was all fake and gay. It was all fake and gay. He talks about it like it's so real. So stupid. But biggest podcast in the world, right?
And the way it was
meaning obviously this is information getting out to the masses.
Traveling, that it was natural. So he thought that that could have been some sort of an alien craft as well. I don't know. It's too fun. It's too fun.
But as it gets closer, we could probably decipher.
Scientists give chilling update on mysterious interstellar object racing through our solar system as they warn it's even bigger than we thought. Provide a chilling update on mysterious interstellar object that's racing through our solar system using data from the Vera C. Rubin Observatory. Experts have revealed just how big the object dubbed 31 Atlas really is. According to their analysis, the object measures roughly 7 miles in diameter. Holy fuck. How big is New York City? Bigger than Mount Everest, making it the largest interstellar object ever spotted. Professor Avi Loeb, theoretical physicist and cosmologist from Harvard University, suggested the object could be an alien spacecraft. However, not everyone is convinced. Chris Lintott, an astronomer at the University of Oxford, told Live Science any suggestion that it's artificial is nonsense and nonsense on stilts. He added that these claims are an insult to the exciting work going on to understand this object. But
So we got lots of interesting theories here that we could talk about, right? So there is this idea that, in the end, they tried to all wage war on the creator, according to the scriptures. And one way they could do that is if Yeshua was going to return, angels were going to return. People don't really know what angels look like. If you actually read the descriptions, they look crazy, right? Like crazy. Like, 7 heads, lion heads, wings, no wings, feathered serpent, talking lion head, like crazy stuff. Where if people saw it and they were told that they were alien enemies, they could easily look like the bad guys, and they could be convinced of that, and they'd be like, "Look, yo, mothership coming, aliens coming. We got to unite as a world to fight off this common threat coming to Earth." And they could get the world's militaries and people and the nations to all go fight the creator. How crazy would that be? Pretty interesting theory, in my opinion, because it makes a lot of sense. Like, I mean, yeah, the nations would fight against it. And, like to deceive all the nations and then wage war. I mean, how do you pull that off? You're not really gonna be able to get everybody to say, "Yeah, let me go fight the creator of this whole realm." It's like, no, you're gonna tell him it's something else. Tell him it's a bad guy. It's the aliens, the bad aliens. Maybe some good aliens are gonna come help us, warn us. Who knows? But I'm just saying, think about how much we've been conditioned to wake up one day and turn on the news. Who does that, by the way? What a terrible way to start your day. If I'm like with family or anybody else, like kind of normie, I wake up and I hear the vibrational output of the news. Ugh, it's awful. But yeah, to wake up and just see it everywhere, right? That a mothership has come. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy, pretty crazy. Watch a little bit more of this. I'm gonna wrap this up here in the next 15 minutes. It's gonna be a short stream because I got a lot of stuff to do.
Harvard's legit, and Avi Loeb is a legit astronomer.
Right. I mean, let's not rule anything out.
Yeah.
As it gets closer.
It's like, dude, I'm not. I gotta say, bro. It's like people like this. It's like, how do we not just have like better people to speak about things? It's like the bar's so low now. It's like they're all so fake and gay and serious about the stupidest stuff. Yeah, well, let's not roll anything out. Let's not roll anything out, man. It's like, bruh, let's rule it all out. This is all fake and gay, bro.
Something about the way it's traveling, that it's bizarre, but it doesn't have a trail like a comet does.
Right.
We can scroll up a little so I can see that. The images of the comet were actually snapped by the Vera C. Rubin before it was officially discovered. However, since it was identified on July 1st, just July 1st, just a little bit ago, scientists have scoured back through data to find out more about the mysterious object. New study published on RXIV, whatever that is, more than 200 researchers have confirmed the likely size of the comet's main body, known as its nucleus. Their analysis suggests the nucleus has a radius of around 3.5 miles. That translates to a diameter or width of about 7 miles. To put that in perspective, bigger than Mount Everest, twice the size of Mount Kilimanjaro. Fuck.
That Honeymoon was way smaller.
Wow. Yeah, so the, how do you say it?
Oumuamua, I think.
Oh, Oumuamua. Discovered in 2017.
Okay, no one cares, bro. All right, anyway, so like I said, it's going to be a short stream, Lo Siento, but I think it's pretty interesting, man. Do the aliens come? Do they not come? I don't know. I don't really know. I figured I would throw that out for you guys. I'll look and see. I might have a couple things on the bookmarks here, but long story short, they are conditioning us with this whole 2027 idea. And Here, I think this is the same guy here saying that he thinks that it's fake. Just a minute here.
There is an undercurrent of intelligence agency individuals trying to, quote, shape
like yourself
the emerging UAP narrative, who have been using this idea of a craft coming to Earth to
why are you looking down all weird like you're lying?
Employ individuals.
This guy's lying, by the way. You don't know anything about body language when people are lying. Unfortunately, I'm all too familiar with what it's like when people are lying. But in the proximity of liars, this guy is lying, in case you're wondering.
There is an undercurrent of intelligence agency individuals trying to, quote, shape the emerging UAP narrative.
Why are you, like, you see, when someone stares off like that, and they're, like, staring down, telling their story, they're making it up.
Who have been using this idea of a craft coming to Earth to employ individuals to harness their mics, their microphones, and their voices and their commitment. And that's what I was warning people about. That
and it's to specify here, meaning like deceptive intention, like carefully curating what they're saying to deceive.
Was nonsense. That is a re-emerging narrative that will continue to come. So this might be, in a way, this might be a sort of symptom of what I was warning people about. But it's not directly what I was saying. I mean, this thing's going to come by Earth the closest, I think, November 16th or something. I don't know for sure, but it's not 2027. And also, by the way, when I said, I never actually said the words in the show 2027. There was a range that people were kind of spreading within media and UFO industry, and that was between 2027 and 2036. You know, leave yourself a big ass window if you're telling lies to people. That's what you do. So, look, if I'm wrong, we're going to be invaded, and it doesn't matter anyway. However, I just want to be really clear, which is that there is this undercurrent from intelligence agencies, and I absolutely wanted to warn people that I thought it was bullshit. I still think it's bullshit, and I think it's a way to harness people's attention, and I think it's diabolical. But this is not exactly what I was talking about.
Like, he literally didn't say anything of value. Like, if it's such a big deal, say something with specificity so we know what you're saying, bro. Like, there's this undercurrent of people from intel agencies saying this range of dates, which is what you would do if you're lying to people. I think it's just to take people's attention away. And I just wanted to say that I think it's bullshit. Like, okay, what? Okay, then what is the real thing? What's the real truth? What's your point here? Are you saying all of it is BS? Like the whole entire idea? What are you doing? I don't like this guy. I don't trust him. I don't trust this guy at all. Anyway, I do agree with the general sentiment, which is like all these dates and stuff. Like I was trolling with the thumbnail and title. Obviously, I was trolling. I could have done a whole big long stream about all the conditioning that we've had of aliens. I don't have time. It is too late. And I have lots going on. I got to fly out to Manana. So, quick update. Prayers appreciated for the travels. Lots going on. Prayers for discernment, wisdom, all that. Chia, I have a moving expenses goal, which I won't say too much right now, but I need to move up to North Carolina, and I could use some help. Man. And moving is very expensive, as I'm sure some people know. So for those inclined to help a brother out, I will think of some like perks for anyone that donates a certain amount or something like that. We'll do something like that. And I will give more details shortly. Sounds good? Sounds good. You guys will understand. But just know some people know they can trust my discernment, and I am in said position for said reasons, doing my best, trying to keep it G, trying to do what's right. Wouldn't ask just because I just like want money. Yeah. So more shall be said in the future. All right. I love you guys. Yep, gotta get up. Got a lot to do before I crash, and I gotta get up and gotta fly out. So I would just say, I don't know, maybe we're about to watch something. It may just be total dud, nothing happens. I mean, this has happened a few times. Like even Rogan was just saying there. They said this other object might be one too. It's just people get all excited. They love the idea. They want to talk about some mothership coming. The idea in general is kind of interesting. I mean, I have younger children. I'm kind of chilling. I'm not in a rush. I'm not in a rush for their psyops, but it's interesting, and I think everyone should kind of occasionally be aware of that. They are saying that there are people at Harvard who this guy at Harvard made an official prediction that this is not natural, must be artificial. It's headed directly towards the Earth, and that based on its trajectory, it had to have been sent there, and supposedly it's like 7 miles wide. And we know that's, I mean, come on, what really? And that that's huge though. And then they've some estimates within that realm of that claim have bumped its arrival up to this month recently, as of today, a couple days ago. So throwing that out there, just know that that is something that is being kind of, thrown around. And I would see if that's the case over the coming days leading into the next couple weeks. If they're really going to push that, they'll say, "Oh, it's coming faster than we originally thought. We thought November." Or they'll turn around and say, "Oh, they were wrong. It actually is coming in November or December. Who knows?" And they're saying it's not normal because it doesn't have a tail like a comet. You're not just going to see it pass by like normal, and should be interesting. Should be interesting to see where it goes. Cool. All right. Let me double check. Super chats. NYO News. Great show. YouTube is quietly rolling out AI August 18th to target certain facial and voice patterns to require Gov ID. I did a show about it. Whoa. Check it out when free. Remnant is awakening. Praise Yahuwah. Thank you so much for the $10. That is a trip. I'll have to look into that. Require government ID for what? Just to watch YouTube? No way. All right, cool. Anyway, yeah, got to get up to North Carolina for the Familia. I'll say, yeah. Girls are already up there. Got to get up there, get a crib. Okay. I love you guys. Seek and speak truth unequivocally. The weak find contentment in the consensus of ignorance. I was gonna kick some freeze because I had some energy. I just don't got much time. You know what I'm saying? Hey. How would you know that you up in the end and skip the beginning and Enoch were missing? It's like competition with a composition, but often the prophets were prophets like they pop and linen. How dare you? Oh, how dare you? I bet you're talking about my pigment. Oh, I remember that bar I came up with that was pretty fire, actually. Last time I remember I said, took me a minute to come to terms, but then I started feeling lame, man. All right. I love you guys. I'll be gone for a couple days. Yeah. I'll be around in maybe Discord, maybe Earth Awakenings. I might I'll pop off on my Discord, actually. Maybe I'll do that on the plane or in the airport. So if you're a Ko-fi member, you get access to the Misfits Discord. Cool. Remember, what's popular is rarely true. What's true is rarely popular. I will catch up with you guys on the flip. Peace.